Well, welcome back to the Schmitter's 100-acre woods. So, heading out there this morning. I have the otter behind me now. Going back out to work on the food plot. It's kind of the primary objective. Get some more of that cleared out, getting it ready to get the harrow rake out there and do a little bit of actual ground clear up instead of just tree clearing. Also have the 62 out there. So we took it out the other night. We want it there this weekend anyway, so it was a good opportunity to go ahead and get it out there. Can utilize it today, and then can have it there this weekend. Still get the otter. We're gonna try to get the log trailer over there. So on our flat deck trailer, the otter and that log trailer just go on there, so it'll be a trip in itself, but we'll be able to get that over there, get some logs out to the front. Don't know if we'll do a trip back with some of those logs. We got quite a bit going at the homestead now, but we'll be able to at least get them out front, get them out from the woods, and get them somewhere we can access them and get them loaded up at some point. We may take the log trailer over there sometime to do that, or not the log, the dump trailer, just because it's so much nicer to put stuff in that. You don't have to worry about it going anywhere. Only real limitation is the 16 foot. So if we want anything longer than that, we'd have to cut it or get it on the flat deck. But honestly, the mill only does like 18 foot anyway, so you're only really losing a couple feet. So anyway, meet my buddy over there. Wibbler's gonna come work with me. We're gonna get more of that cleared out with the 62 over there. We'll be able to get some of those bigger trees out and make a little bit more progress getting just general stuff cleared up. So today at the 100-acre woods, working on the food plot, we got the M62 over there and are tackling some of the bigger trees. Didn't do these last time just because didn't want to get them to follow a direction we didn't want to go. So with the 62 there, you can give them a little push and make sure they follow the direction you want. We're able to get a lot more done today, having the tractor there. Didn't have to drag as much stuff by hand, and could use the grapple to kind of sort out what we wanted to keep as firewood and what would just go in the brush pile. So along with trying to just open up this general area from trees, also looking at kind of getting some of the trees down that were blocking light down to the ground. So kind of started by getting kind of the general area cleaned out, and then we work our way kind of toward the camera in this shot to open it up because the sun's kind of behind the camera coming down. Get some light in there so that gives stuff a chance to grow. I think the white clover that's going to be planted likes a fair amount of sunlight, so just need to try to get that opened up. Also, some of these smaller stumps, able to kind of rock them out with the grapple. And then here, just had a small cherry tree, so got it pushed over. Had one growing next to it, so got both of those pushed down. Cut them into some reasonable sized lengths so I could get them moved in this area. And then kind of divvy out, have a pile over here that put in firewood or something that could be milled. Kind of putting them there, and then all the brush, putting it where we were. If you've watched the other videos, just kind of piling it up over here. That'll all kind of start to break down and, kind of start to die out there. So may eventually move it, but for now it's not hurting anything in its current location. So I left all these stumps up. I kind of mentioned that before. We'll cut most of them off. The smaller ones maybe will get picked out, kind of like I did earlier in the video. Something that will be debuting pretty soon on the channel is a new stump grinder. Recently got that. It'll go on the small tractor or the 62, and we'll make quick work hopefully of some of this stuff. Like I said, be on the lookout for that. It's a PTO driven one that should work on either tractor, so I'm gonna get it tested out in the next couple days and I'll do a video on it. So in the first comparison I did on the previous video of kind of getting some of the stuff cleaned out, the smaller stuff, it's amazing how much of a difference that made. Just kind of looking in here to obviously now have room to kind of get the 62 in. Prior to that, there wasn't room to really maneuver it. So it's amazing how big of a difference that made. In here, it's not as big of a difference looking at, taking down these trees. But it's amazing how much more light starts to come in as we get these removed. And that's the thing I kind of noticed more so. Obviously the sun's coming up around a little bit more, so obviously more sunlight just in how the sun's arcing, but by getting rid of some of the trees like that we're going to do over here, it lets a lot more sunlight come in. These are small enough, able to do 3-4 of them kind of at a time. And then kind of trim them up and then start taking stuff over. The nice thing here, as long as I know where the stumps are at that are still up, I can use the 62 kind of just as a push to get stuff over by where we want to put the brush. And then with all that stuff out of the way, I can then work on getting the firewood pieces picked up. So I think the white clover is actually gonna get planted. One of the times I'm not there, so not gonna have any footage of that getting planted, unfortunately. Just kind of the nature of how it's gonna work out this go round. But plan is to put down white clover and basically use a harrow to kind of clean up the area, and then go through and put the seed down, and then kind of use the harrow to kind of bury the seed just so that it's not all just sitting on top to where the birds and everything just eat it. So like I said, I'm just kind of the nature of how that's going to work out this go round, but I'll be able to do videos kind of in between of it growing and see how it progresses, kind of through this fall and see how it takes. This fall it's really kind of a trial run to see how it grows, what grows there, and it's kind of a smaller area than really want to do overall. So this is kind of a test bed, and then kind of maybe this winter into kind of early spring be able to do a little bit more clearing to then kind of widen this. So as most of these trees, I put just a little bit of pressure on it with the 62, do a notch on one side and then just lightly cut the other side, and then actually use the tractor to push it over. That way, since Friend's not as experienced with cutting trees down. He wasn't comfortable doing it, and just with this tractor being what it is, and a little bit bigger than what he's used to, just kind of did it that way just to play it safe. So here, cutting down, you're seeing a different angle of cutting that same tree down. So kind of what I wanted to show there was kind of that last piece of that tree that was kind of blocking the light coming in. So from this angle, you can really see how much of that sky is opened up there and really letting light in. A couple of the trees that are left are like oaks, and we'll drop some nuts and stuff, which will be good food source. So we're probably gonna let them stay, and then kind of evaluate long term, what we want to do with those. And then lastly, had a little bit of time left, so started going through and cutting stumps off to try to get those out of the way. And like I said, hopefully debut that stump grinder soon. On kind of what additionally got done today at the food plot. So today we focused on getting a lot of these bigger trees out of here, and you can see all the stumps that we still have there. Really opened up the sky to let a little bit more light down in here. Started cutting off some stumps. Kind of got part way through that. Still have several to do, obviously, but just kind of looking through here. You can kind of see it's starting to take shape. These are oaks here, so we're probably going to leave those. And I believe those are as well. So we'll kind of see about leaving those. This one there, it's dead, so we'll kind of get it down, but we just didn't worry about it for today. So what we're kind of looking at here, size-wise, is kind of coming around, kind of staying inside maybe that tree there, the bigger one, circling around. Back to here. And then probably go outside this tree, may take that little one down. Yeah, these two little ones, and kind of circle back out around there, and you can kind of see some of the ones we left for now. But with that, it definitely helped get a lot more light in here. Just starting to open this up. We'll go through and get more of these stumps out. A lot of them were just cutting off at the base. Said the harrow rake will kind of skip over those, so it shouldn't be too bad. Couple of things to note. So have kind of talked about this if you listened to the last one about the food plot. So put this up, just notched a log and then put some wire around, and this is something for the deer to rub on. And Wibbler read a couple of things about or had seen a YouTube channel where they had put one of these up and it had done really well, so I wanted to try that here. So just left a couple of stumps, found a scrap piece of wood, and put that up. The other thing of note is we have this oak here that uprooted and is falling into this little pond here. So the green moss that you see is water. Dead cherry tree here, but this is uprooted, so we really want to get this cut off and pulled in before he plants, so that we're not driving over any clover or anything. But hopefully next time we're in here, get the rest of these stumps cut off that we need to, get more of the kind of small stuff picked up, and then get the harrow rake going, kind of get this finished off, and then before September try to get a little bit planted so that it can be established before the frost, and see how it does. So this is kind of the initial area here. I think eventually we may push further that way, but for kind of the time being, just sticking with this as a start. And then once this is kind of established, it'll be easy to kind of expand it and just do little chunks at a time as we want to add. Over here is the firewood pile. So since we cut down some bigger trees this time and didn't want to waste the wood, just have some maple, cherry, some oak maybe, and a few of those pieces. So a lot more firewood that we'll eventually cut up and do something with. No lack of firewood, but again, I hate to see it wasted, so just put it here for now. We'll work on getting it out. Also have some wood over here, a few pieces of firewood, but then there's some pieces of maple that we really want to mill that are down in here. I think this weekend we'll try to get the log trailer out here and get some of this stuff out. So we'll get it loaded up and take it out. A lot of this little stuff, we may try to make some pocket holders so we can kind of stack it up a little bit higher and get, you know, several of these at a time. And weight's really not a concern, and they're not super long. And then move the camera from a tree that we cut down right over there to this spot here, just kind of overlooking. Just kind of give an idea of what all comes through here and everything. We've seen a few deer and stuff like that. They're kind of closer to the fields that are on the outside right now, and not as much in here. But I think as it starts to cool down, and definitely once they take the beans out of the field, then there will be a lot more, you know, much more enticing for them to come out here. So thank you for watching the Schmitter's 100 Acre Woods. Stay tuned to see how this food plot turns out and what we get out of it. Hit that thumbs up button, subscribe, and we'll catch you next time.